Many of you have raised this question. If there is a God, why are the children in Gaza dying like this? Why the children in Ukraine had to die like this? Why little children had to die in a plane crash? If there is a God, why there is so much suffering? Why God is so sadistic and so cruel that there is so much suffering all the time? So many disease, if nothing man-made, so much natural disaster all around. Why is it like this? What's the plan? And if there is nothing but God, and God creates everything, and perhaps God is bored, and that's why he has to become many in order to entertain himself or itself or herself, or God just cannot be with itself, so it has to create many and create this game. What is it? Why God is so cruel? And if it's the law of karma that is operating here, then perhaps some people have to come. Someone mentioned this in a comment as well. Some people have to come to this life and die quickly so that they finish the karma of this life and move on to the next. But why this circus anyway? I'm sure if you have not just submitted to beliefs and doctrines, then you must have questioned in this manner in your life as well. And I've done so almost all my life as well. When I was a kid, I come from a very religious Hindu family. So my parents every morning, every evening spent 1 hour in the temple that's inside the house. And growing up, I had to do the same, but from the moment I could make my own choices, I could never do that. To this date, I cannot sit in a temple and look at the statue of some gods and goddesses and worship them, pray to them. It just doesn't come to me. This bhakti, this devotion, it doesn't come to me. What I've understood, what I've deeply felt, is that oneness is a felt experience, that this human mind is limited in its way and it cannot fathom the whole reality of things. It can choose to come to a conclusion because it cannot really go beyond a certain point and can just choose to take sides and say I'm a Christian or I'm a Hindu or I'm a Muslim or this is real or that is real. But truth is not a goalpost, a static goalpost. You go closer to it, it goes further. You cannot say that you have it. The fact that you say that you have it shows that you don't have it. And also, you can neither prove the existence of God, you can neither totally deny the existence of God. And if you were to use logic for such kind of conversations, the logic will always win and it will be harder to prove that there is any God. So then it becomes a felt experience for people. And for my personal felt experience is that I've been for so long engaged in yoga, in meditation, and in contemplation, and in reading so much from world religion, world literature, world philosophy, to get a hang of how much do I understand these things. It did never create devotion in me. Now people say that for devotion you need God's grace. So you can say that God's grace has not fallen on me. But I've also not sought for it. I've also not desired it. If I were to come in contact with God, whatever it means for you, I would sit with God and talk to God exactly like I'm talking to you right now. There will be no difference in my treatment towards a child, a dog, my parents, my brother, you if I meet you, and God. There will be no, I've met some celebrities and I could never feel why people go so crazy to just hold them, talk to them, take selfies, take autographs. When I've met them, I've simply chatted with them, shook my hand, or just even did my own thing, did not bother them. So I guess I had the same attitude with God. It's not that I disrespect or respect. It's not that I deny or prove the existence. I also personally don't derive my morality from any book or scripture or out of fear and love of God. My morality is derived based on my experiences, my learning, my synthesizing of what I've learned in my life. Why God is so cruel and why there has to be suffering, I've thought about it. And what I think is that because there is such a deep sense of separation, and because there is such a belief among humans that they can gain something in this world. Any kind of gain in this world is a loss of something else in this world. Any kind of loss in this world is gain of something else in this world. There is no total loss or total gain. And if we think that by suppressing, by oppressing other people, we can gain some heights in life, it only ends up in misery. All the negative emotions such as jealousy, anger, hatred, animosity, revenge, and all of that comes from the sense that you and I seem to be two separate people with two separate interests, and everybody's trying to keep their own interest. Every country is trying to keep their own interest in mind. And if we keep on creating, nation-wise, culture-wise, family-wise, we keep on creating separation, keep on creating differences. We focus so much more on our differences than on our commonalities. And these differences are bound to create conflicts, and these conflicts create suffering. So a part of me likes to think that if more and more humans saw this truth, this inner realization if they had, then there will be so much more love and companionship and togetherness. But at the same time, perhaps there has to remain this dance of existence, as I call it. There has to remain this whole cosmic circus the way it is, because that's how it likes to function. Now there are many ways to look at it, and I don't know how much I want to go with it 6 in the morning. But anyway, one way you could look at it is that Earth could be just another planet in the whole vast infinite cosmos, bound by its own laws. So humans are much more bound by the earthly natural laws than the cosmic natural laws, right? So if you feel this gravity, it's because we are on Earth. If you're sitting on Moon, the gravity feels different. All my digestion and everything will begin to work differently, because all my organs and everything is used to being in this gravity under these laws of motion. There is there's Moon spinning around us. There is Sun. We are actually spinning around Sun, but again, our felt experience is that the Sun is spinning around us. Anyway, so there is Sun, there is Moon revolving around it, Earth revolving around it, Jupiter revolving around it. If Jupiter changes slightly its own orbit, changes happen in Earth's movement as well, you know. And it appears as if there is this vast world outside of us that we are so much subjected to. At the same time, if you flip the narrative, if you go within, you realize that because of your existence all of this exists. Because of your perception, you can perceive all of that. It begins from being conscious of it. It begins from this Earth. In a way, you could call Earth the center of all the experience. And so it's not just one of the cosmic bodies, but the cosmic body. Even the Sun derives its existence from Earth, because your subjective experience of Earth comes from being here. Many things can be said out of it. But the point perhaps I'm trying to make, although there is no point here, is that I personally don't see a big need for there to be a God for me to live my life, or for me to make sense of my life, or for me to park all my questions about life, such as why is there so much cruelty, because so that God can answer it someday. I think that's a futile exercise. So what is another perspective for why there is so much cruelty is that you don't know, and you will never know. It's unknowable. It's just unknowable. I would not believe in any of the theory of karma or laws of karma where innocent children have to die miserably, because that's the God's plan and that's how it works. That's why I could never really feel any love and devotion for any of this entity that's doing it is, you know. And I don't like to believe I'm a sinner or you're a sinner, and then that's how wisdom comes to us. It's just fantasy. It's a lot of fantasy. I don't want to be too cruel about this, because people are very sentimentally attached to their gods, to their ideas of religion and all that. It's always hard for me to be very blunt with these things. Although today I am more blunt than the other times, because rather than treating the topic as the topic, people take it personally and their emotions get hurt. And I'm also very much in love with humans, and I don't like to hurt people's emotions. So most of the times I just let it pass and just remain apparently kind. But sometimes I think tough love is for me to also just say things as they are for me, and you do your thing. Come on, I'm just here talking to you. You do your thing. You make your own sense of life. And so yes, two things. One, I do feel that we can change the consciousness of this whole earth and humanly life by realizing how much we are connected, then by seeing how much we are different from each other. And two, that I'm not sure it will work. So I don't know, in a way, why there is cruelty, why there is this and why there is that. I refuse to believe in a God who creates all this drama, you know. So if God had so much power and so much agency and so much free will, he could do anything, right? He could just go on creating whatever. There is so much. If you begin to play games like children, right, you can play games the whole day until you get tired and sleep. Children sometimes sleep in weird positions somewhere. You have to pick them, put them in the car, bring them home, put them to sleep, and they wake up only in the morning. Such a deep sleep they go into. So why couldn't our lives be like that? If God had the power to do that, why didn't he do that? These are the questions that will remain, and you don't have to be confused or angry about it. You just have to take a step back, observe these questions, and tackle them from various perspectives. Study, do meditate and do study religions, but then also compare notes with philosophy, with all kind of philosophy, existentialism, phenomenology. Try to say what they're saying about solipsism, what Vedanta is saying, what all the dualistic theories are saying, and what comes out from within you, how you feel it is, and live your truth. As long as it brings you more and more inclusive, it brings more and more inclusivity in your life, then seclusion, then separation, then I think as many people, as many paths can be there. All right. Had the rest of the day very good for you. I wish that for you, and I'll see you again. Sorry, I spoke very haphazardly, but that's how it is sometimes. Take care. Bye.